Okay, so we're live. All right, good evening, good day to everyone, and I hope everyone is doing great. So today I read an article and it says that 1 billion people are working full time today in the workforce or in a job. And out of that 1 billion, you got 15% are engaged. That simply means 85% of the people who are working are unhappy in their job or in their career. Imagine that 85% of all the people who are working today are unhappy. Why is that? That's a big question. Why? Because, well, the first thing comes to my mind is people are working for a paycheck and they choose career based upon on how it pays. This career pays this and this career pays better, and it's take this amount of time to study for that career and whatever. So people ended up choosing the career for the money, or for what it offers. And then when they get or when they fall or when they land that job, then they realize that this job is really a trap. They're working for this particular company or corporation or whatever that oftentimes does not give a damn about them. You got 1 week first, when you first started off in your career, you got 1 week, sometime 2 week vacation time. And then, in my job particular, my job offered me 1 week for the first year, 2 weeks for the second year, and 2 weeks for the third year. You have to work up to 4 years before you get a month off. So you see, and if you're going to take off for a night or a day, if you work on a day shift, you have to call up and you have to tell them that you're sick. And then when you go back to work, you have to present them with a sick note or a doctor's note, right? So this is the restriction you get. This is the restriction you put yourself in after you go to university. You go study for 4 years for a career, and then to find out that you hate the job that you studied so long for. Many people, when they're in university, they just take exams just to pass because they need a certificate. So you would take an exam, you would study months or a couple of weeks for an exam, and then you take the exam and you pass. 2 months down the line, you forgot what that same exam was about. So you have no passion for the career you choose. Most people don't have no passion for the career path they are in. That is why they ended up being sad and depressed in their career. I don't know what or when it started, because I was reading history, American history, and Abraham Lincoln. In Abraham Lincoln's time, it considered an insult to offer a man a job. Like, if you offer someone a job to work a 9 to 5, he would consider that to be an insult, because back in those days they think that a man or a person should choose the lifestyle they love, and then just live in that lifestyle. Like, for example, if you were a fisherman, you would fish and you would exchange your fish to the carpenter or to the person who have this particular food or whatever. So that's how they used to live back then. And I'm guessing that they used to be much freer or more free. I wouldn't say happier, because there's no metric to measure that back then, but I would think that they were more free people as it relates to them having their own life into their own hands, not to some corporation or some company. So now you find that people are more quick to end their life suicidal rate is higher or is more high than ever, you know. So when you out in the road or in the street, you see people like coming home from work or going to work. You don't see happy people. You see sad people and depressed people. And I think that is really unfortunate. Really unfortunate, and and when you think about this time we are living in now, is the 21st century. The time of, we are in the age of, some would say, enlightenment, technology, machines to enhance your life, make things much easier. And then you find that people are so unhappy. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. So I don't think there's a good solution for so many people to just stop and to just seek happiness, because you are already tied up in paying the bills. You have kids, you have a family, so you have so many things depending on that job, that unhappy job that you are in. So some people just live their life unhappy for 25 to 30 years, So what I am doing, this is my solution, because my job, I don't love my job. I like my job. It pays the bill, and I'm actually sometimes happy about it, like on paydays. But yeah, but what I am doing as it relates to my kids, and I am also encouraging you guys, if you have kids, please allow them to enhance their creative ability. Support them to be creative. I would think that you should bring your kid, or expose your child to as much career path as possible. Not even career, just simple, like sports. Expose them to as much sports. Expose them to as much outside lifestyle as possible. Like, I plan to take my child into swimming, or my kids into swimming, into football, soccer, and especially my big daughter. She shows a lot of interest in like wildlife. She love talk about animals, and she love read about them, and she just love to be outside especially in the park. She like to play in the dirt. They call it excursion. She love to be on those things. So I learned that I should allow them and enhance their ability as it relates to their creative mind, so that they could actually choose a path that maybe will lead to a career, so that they might be passionate about that particular path that they choose, or field, or whatever way of life they want to choose, as long as it's balanced with with good morals and ethics. That is the way I would think you should, I'm not telling anybody how to raise a child, but when you look and realize that there's so many unhappy people who are working today, you must be afraid, or to you know to allow your child, or you want to make sure that you don't sit back and watch your child choose that, or your children choose that path of unhappiness. So I would think that allow them to be very creative at an early age. That will enhance their chance into selecting a way of life that they would be much more happy about. So that is my this is my program for today. I hope you guys already subscribe. Please share and leave comments and hit the notification bell, because I realize that most people are not getting the videos or the recent videos I sent out. So please ring the bell so that you could be notified when my videos or when my video is published or put out. So I want to say give thanks for tuning in, and catch you guys another time. Respect.